Last time on Hasta, Alaska, we explored northern Baja California with our friend David and new Kombi crew member Tara. We searched out and surfed some of the best waves of our lives and grew confident in our ability to get ourselves out of trouble. This time we're heading even further into remote Baja and seeing what life is like for the locals that live there. Let's go exploring. As we left northern Baja in our tracks, we pushed further south. Despite stopping at all the major towns, we weren't able to find more people willing to join the Kombi crew. Which, to be honest, was a real shame, because the drive was something very special. Our Kombi was experiencing a fuel problem at this time, which meant our reliable range was about 100 miles per tank, and that can be quite problematic, as there are some sections of the road, and I use that term loosely, where there are long distances between gas stations. Fortunately, where there's a need, there's usually an entrepreneurial Mexican ready to meet that demand. With a tank of what we hoped was gasoline, we dusted off our compass and made plans for a particularly remote section of desert.
Let's see if we can make these bumpy roads a little more comfortable. 35?
We keep our tyres at around 55 psi when we're on the highway. Off-road, we drop them to around 35 psi, which gives us better traction and a more comfortable ride. Our hard drives thank us for this too. When we get into trouble, we can drop them to around 25 to 20 psi, which will help us get out of loose sand and dust. In the rare occasion, we'll go to 15 psi, but any lower than that, and we run the risk of throwing the tyre off of the rim. Tyres get hot and damaged quickly when they're underinflated and used at speed, so we always inflate to the appropriate pressure at the earliest opportunity after recovery.
One of the problems driving through this desert is there's obviously no signs, and there's a lot of roads or previous tyre tracks which are leading off in many different directions, and it's kind of almost impossible to know which one to take. Just kind of like have to guess. And if it gets too far and it's too sandy, turn around and try the other one. Which one? Oh, we can get closer to the beach.
I've got to say I'm pretty happy with our little Kombi. For a two-wheel drive vehicle, he sure does well when you're off the beaten track.
Hey, talking.
Pretty nice, huh?
Pretty nice spot. This'll do. So this is Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanksgiving dinner. We're going to put gravy on top of everything, so it really makes it turkey day.
This is traditional Thanksgiving dinner.
We would have stuffing usually, and probably some apple crisp, but we have coconut cookies instead, so.
Go a long way with coconut cookies.
Yeah.
How many Thanksgiving dinners have you been in charge of before?
This is my very first Thanksgiving dinner. I'm pretty excited, actually. First one I've ever cooked.
Woo! Kombi style.
Kombi style. We're improvising. They're gonna be really lumpy carrot and mashed potatoes.
Why do you have that huge protruding thing That's not a headlight.
It's from Peru. It is.
It's a fashion statement.
You know, I've met some pretty cool people on this trip, and Tara was no exception. Of all the landscapes we've explored so far, this one, the Baja California desert, was for sure one of the most isolated and a tough initiation to the van life for our new friend.
Our little plant.
But with great challenges come great rewards, and I did manage to score a perfect wave at the end of that long road, even if that wave did happen to scare the crap out of me. It's an exceptionally rare thing to have a wave all to yourself these days. Believe me, I know. I've seen a lot of them. This was a day that I will not be forgetting in a hurry.
So after a week of being in the Baja Desert, we are filthy. There is dust everywhere, and the motor is pretty dirty. The car's not really running very well. It's not holding an idle. The idle's all over the place. It drives itself basically in second gear. There's a huge vacuum leak, I think, coming through this idle valve, and we've been told we've got no chance of finding any parts for a Beetle engine on the whole of the peninsula of Baja. I don't know if that's true, but I have to see what I can do, just cleaning it up, and hopefully it will fix the problem. Not today.
We sat in Calimac's parking lot for about 3 hours to fix the car, but I think it's ready to go now. We met some really nice kids there, shared some cookies and stories with them, went and got some great tacos, and fixed the brakes. So it's been a pretty productive day, I'd say.
After a lot of tough driving, we were hoping to find a place that we could stay for a few days, and that is exactly what the road delivered.
¿Quieres probar esto?
See, ¿cómo abres?
Ahorita voy a abrir con cuchillo.
Fisherman's kitchen, smells pretty fishy. Definitely a Mexican kitchen. Look how much hot sauce they've got.
Este está muy rico.
How do you feel about eating this?
I'm pretty excited about it.
Even
It looks amazing.
eating it raw? You okay with raw shellfish just picked
love
up
it.
on the beach
Absolutely.
in the Mexican sun?
It's fresh.
It's going to make for an interesting experience living together in the bus if this doesn't work out.
Yeah, you can pretty quickly. All right, Benjamin.
Okay, mate. Fly just landed there. Extra place.
Yeah.
Okay, lemon, limon.
Limón.
Ah, mira! Ah, it just moved. There's no joking, it's definitely alive. Bit of this.
El día mejor chocolate.
Y sale todo.
Está muy bueno, cómetelo.
All right.
Está rico.
Of course you do it.
Pura vida.
It's really good. It's really good, but it's alive. We need to spice this dish up anymore.
Ahí dejé una carralla para no te traban las piernas. Ahí dejé una carralla, digo, ahí se trabó ahí.
It's moving. How is it? Does it taste good?
Pretty good.
I like them, they're tasty.
Mi nombre es Adelaida García Ruiz y estoy en una playa que se llama Puerto Viejo, en Guerrero Negro. Este negocio pues vi el potencial que teníamos en agua y yo dije, pues vamos a hacer algo aquí, que vamos a hacer el cultivo de ostión. Y lo tengo ahí enfrente, todo lo que miras ahí, todo ese cultivo. Empezamos de poquito a poquito y ahorita ya vamos hasta comercializar a Estados Unidos, a Europa, a Japón con el ostión. Vi que la gente lo pedía y de allí nació hacer el restaurante. Yo desde la edad de 5 años estoy metida en la cocina. Mi mamá tenía un restaurante y de ahí nació todo.
Kind of loving it actually. We've had octopus today, and now we're having almeja bruja for the first time.
Do you even know what's in that?
I do now.
Now that you're writing the menu in English.
Yeah.
They've employed us, but they're paying us in seafood.
Exactly. They've got kind of like a clam. Cheese. Oh my gosh. And butter. Oh, wow. Awesome.
Oh, look at that.
¿No vas a agarrar nada?
Are they weights? Shut up.
Gosh. Oh.
La boca.
A ver la boca. Se muerde. Y no quiero. Levántalo. Increíble.
Ahí, ven acá, ahí, ándale, ahí.
Aquí. Y después.
Dale, jálale y dale la vuelta.
Dale.
Así, y dale la vuelta. Ándale. Ándale, ahí está.
¿Ah? ¿Sí?
Sí.
¿Es todo? No.
No, tiene que darle la vuelta completa.
360 degrees.
Así la.
Oh, this poor thing is suffering longer than it needs to.
Pásele. Ya conocieron pulpo, pariente. Ya conocer pulpo.
How was your first octopus killing?
I think it suffered longer than it needed to, that's for sure.
It's not as successful as my chicken
It
killing.
was not very successful. Nice and slimy.
You get the first fish. Well done.
Hay que decirte bonito los piques.
It's so cool.
It's a big one too.
Not bad, huh?
High five.
Thanks. Second fish.
What?
Potato.
Second fish? And it's bigger than the first one. What? I spent the whole time with my hook caught on a rock. ¿Cuánto pescado hay?
3 pescados.
¿Y yo?
0.
0.
3-0. Te va ganando las mujeres.
Y no voy a comer hasta la mañana.
4-0. 4-0.
Not fair.
Este va a caer un grande.
Or, I only even got one. You're doing little nibbles like. She's like, fish. No, you go away! Go away!
So we've offered to give these guys some help. They've been really great to us, very hospitable. So we've translated their menu to English, and now they've asked us to paint a sign for them in English. And instead of giving us paint, they've given us some tar and, what is it?
Diesel.
Diesel to paint a sign with. So Ben and I are going to create our very first sign in Mexico together.
Let's have a look at the paintbrush they gave us. A stick. Literally a stick. Like just a piece of wood that they found. That's the paintbrush. We just upgraded our painting gear. Now we've got some ink which has been freshly squeezed from an octopus, a toothpick and an old cigarette butt as our brush. I'm not even kidding you. He gave it to me with a straight face. How's the paint smell, Tara?
Fishy.
Yeah, very fishy.
We eventually went to town to upgrade our painting equipment, although we appreciated trying it their way first. The fact that we found this spot was a complete fluke, the result of driving aimlessly with nothing more than curiosity for a compass. That curiosity was rewarded with one of the best cultural experiences of all of our travels. We learnt a lot from this family, not least of which was a serious improvement to our fishing skills. And we have this guy to thank for that, a man named Pacquiao, after his striking resemblance with the Filipino champion boxer Manny Pacquiao. We definitely recommend to you that you stop by and see this family, and when you do, be sure to say hi from the Kombi crew. From here, we head south a little more and to the bottom of this rugged peninsula that is quickly winning our hearts. We've got over 1,000 more miles of Baja adventure to share with you and plenty of drama to come. But for that, you'll have to join us next time. Next time on Hasta, Alaska, we're picking up 2 new members of the Kombi crew, and we're going to show you just how good off-grid living in Baja really is. Oh yeah, and we're going to pay the Kombi life price for having too much fun. Don't forget to subscribe, amigos.